Basically, we're going to talk about reference and citation in APA. So APA क्या है? APA is American Psychological Association. APA is an organization that guides us, provides us principles on how to prepare references and citations. So reference and citations require us certain information to be noted down in the very beginning. Two sources of information we're going to rely on whenever we are going to do literature review. So what are those two sources? Books, yeah, and journal articles. अपना माइक्रोफोन प्लीज स्विच ऑफ कर दें, वो डिस्टॉर्शन हो रही है, जिन जिनके माइक्स ऑन है वो ऑफ कर दें. Right. So whenever you come across a book, you need to take a note of all these things. Last name of author, first name of author, year of publication, title of the work, publisher's details, city of publication, and page number. How to find these information? This information is given on the very first page of any book. So जैसे ही आप ये जो information का page है, when you will go on this, you will find all this information. So make a separate file, take a note of all these things whenever you consult a source. So take a note of all these things. I'll be sharing this document with you, but I will recommend that you guys take note of this. So once you've taken a note of this, so it will look something like this. So for example, the book you consulted has the name of the author as Shah Ali. So Shah uska kya hai? First name, and Ali is the last name. Year of publication was 2013. All this information you will find on the very first page. Clear? Thumbs up se bata dein. So moving onwards, you will find title of the work. Again, the same page will be having all this information. Publisher's details means who has published that book, who is the publisher of that book. Oxford University Press, title of the work is Education, city of publication is Karachi, and page number is, I mean, it's not all the time you will be using the entire book. So page number refers to from what page you have taken the information. So it might be like page number 22. So I've written 22. So it can be any page number. So once you have noted that information down, now, I mean, you obviously you will need this information because you are taking some information from that book. So say for example, from that book, you have taken this line. So there are two ways to incorporate information, either through quotation or through paraphrase. So again, आप में से कोई एक माइक ऑन करके बताएं from where this information would have been taken from a book that is education. It's a commonsensical. Hurry up.
Page 22.
Yes, page 22. So now we have to incorporate this information and acknowledge the source. So once, if you use direct quotation, so this can be the form, means as it is, using the same words of the author, you can use the information. Or paraphrase means keeping the idea same, but using your own expression. So idea same rehta, but the expression is yours. So you can see education is personality development, education reforms personality. It's almost the same, but different words. So now we need to acknowledge the source. We need to acknowledge the source from where this information is taken. So there are two ways to acknowledge the source. One is citation. So citation is in text and citation is brief. The other one is reference. Reference are given at the end and references are detailed. Okay? So now let's see how do we make it. So whenever we make citation, we need this information: last name of the author and year of publication. So on from the information given above, you can see last name of author is Samar. आप बोलें last name of author is
Ali.
Ali, and year of publication is
2013.
right. So let's see how do we make it. So small brackets Ali, that is last name of the author, comma 2013. So that is when you paraphrase. Just one more information is added if you quote, that is page number. So page number is added. P dot the page number that you have taken the information from. That's the only difference. So this is when we prepare a citation for a book. There are two sources of information that we are going to rely on. One is book, the other one is journal. So let's see how do we do it. So this was the information. Education is personality development. So this was what? अरहम आप बताएं ये किस तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन है?
Sir, I didn't get the question.
The question is, we have learned two ways of incorporating information into our literature review or research paper, either through direct quotation or through paraphrasing. So what is the nature
Sir,
of...
एक quotation है.
Yeah, so we are adding citation accordingly. What's the difference? What's the difference?
Sir, page number.
पेज नंबर, वेरी गुड. सो सिर्फ आपका दोनों में फर्क ये है कि जब आप कोट कर रहे होंगे यू विल ऐड पेज नंबर, अदरवाइज देयर इज नो पेज नंबर. इज दैट क्लियर? थम्स अप से बता दें.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So next is preparing reference for the book. This was citation. I mean citation क्या होती है? Brief होती है. Citation ये देखिए हमने इधर लिखा हुआ है. Citation in text होती है और brief होती है. Reference is at the end and detailed. Now we're going to prepare a reference. Okay. So this is, I mean, all this information is taken from APA. You can't say, sir, हम इधर small brackets की बजाय curly brackets लगा दें, वो हमें ज़्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है. Can you do that? No, you can't do it. It's just because we are following conventions. These are conventions. You can't say कि हम यहाँ पे comma की जगह dash लगा दें. So you have to just follow it as it is. So these are conventions. There is no logic in it. So these conventions are given by APA. So this is the formula that how we prepare reference for a book. All this information you have taken note of in the very beginning. So what you do is last name of the author. You first put last name of the author, that is Ali, then comma, initials of the first name. Initials means कि उसका नाम किस चीज से शुरू होता है. तो हमारा नाम last name first name किस चीज से शुरू हो रहा था? S से. Sure. तो आपने यहाँ पे S लगा दिया. Yeah. So you put S. Ali, comma, S. फिर as usual, the last name, the date of publication, that is 2013. Title of the work in italics. Title of the work in italics. तो title उसका क्या था हमारे पास? जल्दी से देख लेते हैं. ये देखिए, education. देख रहे हैं? Title of the work, education. All this information you have taken note of in the very beginning. अब तो सिर्फ इसको use करके आप वो बना रहे हैं. So you put education, city of publication was Karachi. So that again was taken note of in the very beginning. Colon. So you can't say now कि आप colon की जगह full stop लगा दें, comma लगा दें. No, these are conventions. They have to be followed as it is. Oxford University Press का abbreviation is OUP. So if it's a famous press, if it's a known press, you can use the abbreviations. Right. So जरा thumbs up से बता दें reference बना लेंगे आप for a book. ठीक है, very good, right. So let's move towards the second source, that is journal article. As usual, you require a certain set of information for journal article. So we take a note of that information. So you need last name of author, first name of author, year of publication. All the information was even required for the book as well. Just one addition is there are two titles. One is title of the article, the other one is title of the journal. So journal में जिस तरह से मैंने आपको बताया कि हर आर्टिकल जो है वो मुख्तलिफ ऑथर ने कंट्रीब्यूट किया होता है. So you take a note of different articles. I mean, rather, let me put it in a way that you will be using a specific article. So that is why there are two titles. One, title of the journal, and the other, title of the article that you are using. So say this article. One, title of the article. The other one is title of the journal. So
सर आर्टिकल और वो जर्नल का ऑथर सेम होते हैं?
दोबारा पूछें.
सर आर्टिकल जो है अंदर जर्नल के उसका ऑथर और जो जर्नल का ऑथर है वो सेम है ना?
See, good question, but I can answer this. So there is no author of journal. There is the editor of journal. So you send an article on a certain topic, on a certain domain, in a journal, then it becomes a part of that journal where there are contributions from different researchers. So you will be consulting just one. It's just like a book chapter, just like a book chapter. But then obviously the mechanics of journals are different than book. So there is a frequency of publication. A journal is published after a certain period of time. So that is why we have two additional elements, that is volume number and issue number. So these two things are the ways to categorize journal. For example, a journal might be having two issues in a year. After every 6 months, there comes a new issue. So issue number one might come in June, the other one might come in December. So if you are title of the journal will remain the same, but volume number and issue number will be different. So within one volume, so it all depends upon the journal's policy and editor that how they are using these volume numbers and issue number. You do not need to worry much at this stage about how to, what are the technical details behind them. All you need to do is take a note of them. They are given on the very first page. And then now you see an extra detail, that is page range. Page range means that specific article that you are consulting, on what page range numbers it is situated, it's located in that journal. So for example, you are using this article, collective growth in rural communities. Yeah. So this is title of the article, no title of the journal. And the title of the journal is what? Yeah, sociology review. So now we need to, after understanding all this information, इसमें कोई confusion है तो पूछ लें. Okay. After understanding all this information, we need to, again, as usual, prepare citation and references, as we did for the book. So for the book and journals, citation remains the same as we did for the book. APA citation for journal and book is the same. Last name of the author and year of publication. So in this case, last name of the author was Bushra and year of publication was 2019. So we put it that way. So zara on karke bataएं Samar that yeah, okay, this is when information is in the form of we will be using this as a citation when information is in the form of
APA format?
no.
No. So, another
So
than quoted, I
paraphrase.
guess.
What?
Paraphrase exactly.
Paraphrase.
Paraphrase, good. And this
In the form
Quoted.
of a quotation or quote.
quotation. So it remains the same for book and journal. So now let's prepare reference. This is little tricky, but not that tricky, but because there is a lot of information to be utilized. But once you fix it, आपको एक दफा समझ आ जाए, you can, I mean, endlessly use this. There is another way to automatically prepare references, but I want you to understand the working of it manually first. Then I'll teach you the other method as well, maybe in the coming class. Right. So जरा mic जो है ना silent पे कर दें, वो distortion है. So reference में we need all this information. Last name of the author, initials of the first name, year of publication, title of the article. So now we have two titles: title of the article and title of the journal. So one is in italics. Which one is in italics? Title of the journal is in italics, and title of the article is not in italics. So you just need to note down these small little things. Then title of the journal, volume number, in brackets, issue number, comma, page range. So now we add values. So Bushra is, आप इस एक एक बताते जाएं आप one by one unmute करके mic. Fazila, Bushra is what?
Last name of the author.
Author or author of what?
Of the article.
Of the article. Very good. And N?
N is the initials of her first name.
And what was the first name?
Sir, I don't remember that name.
Okay, अभी देख लो. नज़ीर, ठीक है?
Nazir.
Yeah. Making sense? समझ आ रही है?
Yes.
ठीक है. अब अरहम आप बताएं. What is 2019?
Year of publication.
Of
Publication.
of what?
Of the
Article
article.
or the journal?
The article, I think.
Come on, it's both. I mean, उसी journal का ही वो article है ना? So it will be title of, I mean, year of publication for both. I just, tried to trick you. Obviously, it's for both. Samar,
Also.
yeah. What's this? Collective growth.
So title of the article.
Title of the article. Which article?
So of the journal.
Yeah, but from which?
Sociology review.
Yeah, no. From which you have taken information.
Yes, exactly.
ठीक है.
Yes.
Next, आप बताएं जो भी हैं, मुझे स्क्रीन पे नजर नहीं आ रहा. What's एमल शायद? What's sociology review?
Sir, it's title of the journal.
Yes. Next, what is 16? जी, whosoever
Sir,
is.
me.
Huh? What? Volume number. 16 is volume number, 2 is issue number, and 12 to 25 is the page range. Yeah. So this is how we prepare reference, and I'll be sharing this document with you guys once it's final. Let me stop the recording.